everybody. Welcome back to another edition, our latest edition of Spitballin' Podcast, Sports Podcast. I'm your host, John. Robbins here. And let's bring Scott in, too. Let's bring our friend. Hey, Scott.
What's up?
Nothing. Love the tree.
Hey, am I choppy or anything? Am I smooth?
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Because I'm using the home internet. My cell phone, I put a hotspot on. I can't even connect to the internet with it. So for whatever reason, I don't understand that.
Nice tree back. I see your tree. That looks nice.
Yeah, I figured I'd give a little background. It already fell over once because we had too many decorations on it. And it was tilting forward a little bit and kind of over-decorated the front side just because we decorated where it was at. Right. And the wife was like, is that thing leaning? I said, yeah, I think it's all right. Yeah.
Real? Or
I left the house. I come back. Son of a bitch. It's over in the corner. There's a bunch of tinsel all over the floor. Yeah. I thought the dogs did it, but nope, it managed to fall down on its own.
And it's you're not going real, are you?
No. I haven't done real in years. Nah, dude, I'm not fond of stepping on spikes for the next 8 to 12 months.
Yeah, I know. You know what else comes?
Never get them all.
Yeah, I can't. My parents used to. They used
Mine
to do the thing, but how's the dog? All right, dog's okay.
Oh yeah. She just had to get her vaccinations and she was due. That was it.
Is it raining?
The greatest. I actually probably found the best veterinarian place I found in the area, then out in Buffalo, and it's only, dude, it cost me half the price. It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was talking to the guy. I'm like, you're doing all this, and in my last vet, this is my first appointment at this place, and I told it was cheaper, and it was literally half. Wow. This would have cost me probably $400 at the other place.
Oh, gee, nice. Yeah.
I walked out a little over 100. I'm good with that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Now, if you were out there, right? We're in Western New York, if you're not familiar where we are. Is it raining right now?
It was a little while ago. I think it stopped.
I know
I was doing it on my way home, actually.
It's supposed to be pretty windy tomorrow, I guess.
It's been windy every day, it seems like.
Yeah, I know. All right. We're going to start out with college football. This week, Scott, the conference championships are in full swing. Before I get to that, though, I probably should say something about Ohio State, as Michigan went to Ohio State and beat them 44-23 or something. I don't even remember. Doesn't even matter, right? What was it, Robin? Do you know what it was?
45-23.
45-23. Let me show you something, Scott. I want to show you a video. Just watch this. And then you'll see why.
Pistol back. McCarthy to throw it. McCarthy looking. Throws deep. Got a wide open receiver. Cornelius Johnson sprinting. Touchdown, Michigan. 75 yards. They said the kid couldn't throw a deep ball. Well, he did it there. Perfect route from Cornelius Johnson, and all of a sudden Michigan lights it up on 2 long touchdown passes. Beautiful job by McCarthy. Gusser stepping up in the pocket, and Johnson was wide open. A little outside move before he goes to the post at the top of his route. He's working right here. See that outside move? That is great stuff. Cam Martinez, number 13, bites on the outside move, and Cornelius Johnson is wide open. Back in the backfield, the pressure came up on the edges, and McCarthy did a great job of stepping up in the pocket and then finds Johnson.
So there that is. Now, that happened another time. That happened 3 times.
He turned the same guy?
It might have been Cornelius Johnson. Maybe there was another one. Maybe.
I never built. Do you think he was NFL bound at any point in his life?
No, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a great player, and he just got like.
I think it was him twice.
Him twice, and then someone else.
Someone else.
But here's the thing: last year, Michigan beat Ohio State in Michigan and rushed for almost 300 yards. They killed them. They ran all over Ohio State. Ohio State hires Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator. Ryan Day gets him. They're not going to get run over anymore.
Where did Knowles come from?
Good question. Why the hell don't I remember? I want to say Oklahoma, but I'm probably wrong.
So he was from a prominent an up-and-coming program or prominent program?
Yeah. I'm just forgetful as to where he was from. But yes, absolutely. Older guy. So here's the thing. They got buried last year. It was all rushing. Just got hammered. This year, that's Michigan's thing again, is running the ball. Blake Corum is his name. And he was out, though. Heisman Trophy candidate, been incredible, but he was out for the game. He's out for the year. But Ohio State, and I remember this in the pregame, and said, we are not going to be outmuscled like that again. We are going to stop the run. And they stopped the run for a little, but all at the expense of that. That guy shouldn't have been alone. That happened.
Dude, when I saw how where the closest player was, I couldn't even believe it.
Happened 2 more times.
I couldn't believe it because that's Ohio State. Like that's supposed to be top team in the nation.
That's coaching. That was so bad. No safeties there. Everyone was up trying to stop the run.
I know you love that, and that's your team. For that to if that happened 3 times in the game,
it did. Yeah,
that kid should have been. But he was the same guy. He shouldn't even be playing.
But I also think it's coaching. I'm really upset at the coaching because when you're watching the game and you're listening to the analysts and everyone's talking, they're like, okay, halftime's coming. Because at halftime, Ohio State was up. And it was like, okay, they're going to make adjustments. They'll have to adjust. They can't keep doing this. They can't keep allowing those corners to be alone. There's a problem. You got to help them. You can't do it.
Why is there no safety? Why is there no safety running around back there?
To stop the run. And that's where they were. Up to
all
stop.
Day?
All
They never made any adjustments?
It didn't appear that excuse me, it didn't appear that way. And
well, of course, why don't you of course you're going to keep going to the well if the well's still giving you water.
It was absolutely, this is the same thing that Ryan Day did last year. I said this a million times on here. I think even last year on this podcast, I showed Travis Dye for Oregon do the same 3 plays and score 3 straight times the same way. That time it was rushing the ball though. So my bitch mostly is the coaching. Those kids, we knew the corners weren't. Those corners aren't going to be NFL corners. Let's put it this way: if they're in the NFL, they'll probably be special teams guys.
See, I'm shocked only because they're Ohio State, and that's supposed to be where the premier and a number 1 team, one of the number 1 teams in the league, in the nation. I mean, you would think that's usually where all the talent comes from. Like
no corners.
Last year, where they have like eight the whole defense.
Yeah,
the NFL.
No corners though on that team. Really, they just don't. They have good safety.
How have they not gotten buried by good teams all year then?
Because they never did that. They never had these guys
turn around 3 times.
They never not had help. Like they never
played like that.
No, I've never seen that. That was the most Jim Harbaugh's in their head is my guess.
Was Michigan's running game with the backup, the second guy up in there, was it just as good?
And
was it producing? I'll say, were they getting good chunks?
They were doing okay plays. They were doing okay against inferior teams. Now in the game,
were they getting good chunks when they were running it?
No,
why would they have the safety up there?
But then towards the end, they did have a 75-yard touchdown run. Did Michigan, but by that time, I think the defense was already. It was kind of like a demoralizing defeat. I mean, they had put 7 in that box to stop the run, and they wouldn't stop doing it. They would not change their way of thinking. I still can't believe what they did.
Yeah, I bet Ohio State and the under based on our conversation. And I had it in my head. You said I should not say the under because Ohio State gives up a lot of points. You said, you said they would give up points. You did say that. You said it.
Yeah, they give the last 2 years. Their defense has been subpar in my mind. They got really good front 7. I mean, they got really good linebackers. They got pass rushers. They got playmakers. That guy number 44. He's one of those Samoans. He's going to be an NFL. He's good. But then you have no corners. And I don't know, maybe they will next year. I don't know. I just don't know why Ohio State kept doing that over and over and over again. And a lot, because they were leading at halftime.
Yeah, Brian Day should be fired.
Yeah, he probably should.
If he's not fired soon, then I don't know what's going on.
On that note,
that was terrible. To lose 2 years in a row to Michigan.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
So on McAfee's show today, McAfee wasn't there. So Ian Rappaport was guest hosting, and he had a guy on from Sports Illustrated who was all college. And the one guy was like, man, is Ryan Day going to get fired? He said, no, I don't see it happening. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Is his father somebody? I'm trying to remember if I intermix 2 different people. But
not that I know of.
I might be intermixing 2 different questions asked, but I remember them asking that, and he said he didn't think he was going anywhere.
He's not. He won't. I mean, I guess he's going to have another shot at Michigan, and I mean,
it's how much do the people with this give a shit? That's what matters, because they're the ones that come a calling for the coaches' heads usually, right?
Yes.
Is the donors
boosters? Yeah,
boosters. Yeah,
absolutely. John, we'll get to that question when we get to the NFL. Good question though, but we'll get to that one as soon as we get into the NFL. I want to bring up your rankings. Here's what's all that matters right now. As we go into championship week, there's Georgia, Michigan, TCU, USC, Ohio State, and Alabama waiting and hoping for someone to lose. Now, I really don't see Michigan plays. Let me get my sheet. Tonight, though, real quick, really good game. It's at 8:00.
Is that USC?
Yes, they played.
Yeah, I heard about. Okay, I was going to bring this up too. Go ahead.
Yep. And Utah and USC played probably one of the better games of the year. College games, close, awesome, incredible game. So that's tonight at 8:00. And if USC wins, they're in. If USC loses,
I'm told this is the game that if USC loses, this is what's going to shake everything up.
They're out. Yes.
And get Ohio State possibly back up there, right?
Or Alabama. Yeah.
Who do you think it'll be?
Or
it'd be Ohio State, right? They only got the one loss.
They have the one loss, but the way they lost was so bad last week to Michigan.
But even though Alabama has two, it's the weight of the loss.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
I know. That's how they've been doing this.
This is why I can't watch college football, John. I'll lose my shit on a weekly basis, probably.
This is how they've been doing it since we were kids. Even when the AP was, you remember the AP?
Yeah, I kind of heard that's pretty much how it is. That's why I'm like,
but
have you ever seen one really disparaging one where it's like one team's got one loss, the other one's got like three or something like that?
I don't ever think it was. You know what? It's happened in the past to TCU. One time, I believe, about maybe 5-6 years ago, where they had one loss and a 2-loss team jumped them. They lost a game, and their conference final, and then got jumped by. It might have been Ohio State.
Okay, but who makes that decision on that? Like,
I don't think
how many people are involved?
Has ever made
the thing?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't think a 2-loss team has ever made.
You might be right. You might be right. Who makes that decision? There is
writers.
No, it is a group of obviously people that are. God, I don't think it's writers. There's like. You get all the conference, I believe, presidents together. All of them get in a room, all the conference presidents. You get in ESPN's involved. So, there's.
But who's a conference president? Like, so they don't really have don't they still have an affiliation towards another team or?
Oh, they would to their conference. Yeah. Yeah. But
it's all a bunch of Fugazi bullshit.
It feels that way.
It's totally political.
That's why I'm hoping next year, in 2 years, when we get to 12 teams, it'll be just a lot easier and we could get away from this. Because look at this. Here, I'm going to bring it up while we talk. If USC loses, they drop out. TCU plays tomorrow, and they play Kansas State, 9-3. TCU's only -2.5. Kansas State has a running back. His name is what the hell is his name? His name's Deuce Vaughn. He ran all over them in October. He ran all over TCU in October.
What a rock star name, huh?
Yeah, Deuce Vaughn. If he does it again, you could have TCU and USC both lose. Mm-hmm. And TCU is gone.
Why?
Why? Because they come from what is considered an inferior conference, which sadly is the Big 12. Because Oklahoma was bad this year. Everything goes on your weight of schedule. A lot of it does. Like who you played and who you beat. I mean, if Ohio State just beats Toledo, because you get your out-of-conference games. Right. And if your out-of-conference games are, UB, Toledo, and Akron, and then you just beat. And if you're if the conference is weak, you got to have some good out-of-conference games. Like that's the thing with Alabama. Their conference is very strong. It's got LSU. It's got Georgia. It's got all the teams. It's probably the best conference in the country. Their 2 losses are by 2 points. So, like, they have an argument that I would say 4 points. Okay. If Alabama made it in, I think they're favored against every team but Georgia. You know that? Isn't that crazy? I think they're favored against every team except – I won't say it about Ohio State. I don't think Ohio State deserves it. To tell you the truth,
Scott, the way they just got beat,
they don't deserve to be in there.
That had to be pretty embarrassing. That play alone,
and it kept happening.
I don't know. Yeah, but my question was really, did he get turned around?
He did.
Times?
No. I was
going to say, dude, that he shouldn't even be playing that position.
Right. No, he didn't get turned around like that. There was a couple. One of them was contested. He was whoever the corner one was there, and the guy caught the ball. I think there was one on a hip and a thing and a catch, type of stuff. But
yeah,
the score at that time was, what the hell was this? They were up 14 to. Ohio State was leading.
Yeah,
because
that was the only time they were leading, though, right? That was it, wasn't it?
No, they were winning that at halftime.
Oh,
they were up 24. They were up by what, 24-20, 24-17 maybe at halftime. And you thought,
I didn't see that. I would have got all happy.
And every single person that was on that panel, guys that were ex-players, ex-coaches, I think Urban Meyer himself was there.
Yeah,
was saying they'll go in and adjust. Blah blah. All that. There was nothing. I wouldn't call that adjusting. I don't know what they adjusted.
They just think they were going to be able to keep that. They were going to be able to keep the Wolves at bay. I mean,
I don't know. Very bad. This is
if they were up 24-17 at half.
Yeah,
and I guess you would think some of what you're doing is working, but you're seeing it's really not. You're just getting maybe lucky in some series.
Yeah.
But that's amazing that you would have a guy get burned like that. Like
wide open,
setting them up to get burned.
I believe
that's horrible.
They were guessing. It's almost like when you're a baseball player and you guess the pitch. Like sometimes when you're up to bat, you'll guess, oh, it's a fastball. And then when the curveball comes, you look really silly, or the other way around. I felt like that's what that was all day. They were just guessing they're going to run, and I've never seen anything like it, Scott. I don't know if I've ever seen football played like that. I can't even describe.
Well, I was hearing the people screaming, and it was loud. It was loud on the radio, man. It was loud.
I can't describe what I saw, and he won't get fired, but he's got to have 1 year left in him.
People are upset. I mean, everybody's calling for his head. I mean, holy shit, that was the whole. The next day, that's all I heard.
Yeah, no. So now let's go through real quick games. Then during this,
before that, can I just ask you a quick question about what your opinion is on something? Now, if TCU and USC both lose, right? So then we know that they'll both fall out of the top four.
You would think, yeah.
So do you think it's automatically Ohio State and Alabama that move in there, or do you think a 2-loss Clemson as the ACC champ has a shot?
I say no already to that.
No, you don't think that the champion doesn't the committee weigh the championship very heavily?
I think the committee is going to look at Alabama, and the way we weigh things, they are just the better team.
Yeah, but what about Clemson versus Ohio State?
What do you mean?
Do you think Clemson would?
Oh, take Ohio State?
Yeah.
No, because they're going to be too long. No, I don't. You also got to put into this ESPN's involved. I hate to say it, but when it's only 4 teams, do you think they want TCU in there right now? Georgia, Michigan is fine. USC is great. People love that. That's an old blue blood type school. Mm-hmm. Throw in Notre Dame there, they're ready to have a party.
Right.
But then you see Alabama or Ohio State's on the doorstep. They're 5 and 6 for a reason. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because they would have dropped them down under Clemson. Why wouldn't they?
True.
They're there because they're next up. Yeah. That's my opinion.
It tells you a lot after that loss to Michigan, and Ohio State's in 5th.
I do not think.
I heard a lot of people wondering if they got beat, if they were going to drop right out of the top.
They should have went to 8 or something. They probably should have dropped right out. Now, before we get into, me and Robin have a couple picks, but I think we're going to do them in this segment so I don't forget them. The Pac-12 game is tonight at 8 o'clock. USC -3. They're playing Utah. Like I said, that was one of the greatest games of the college year. Utah.
I've heard this is the game to watch.
Going to be good. Now, there is a game at 7:30. It's North Texas at the University of Texas, San Antonio. And Texas San Antonio is -9. This is the Conference USA Championship game. Over under 69.5. I have bet North Texas a lot this year. So I'm not betting this game. But if I were out there and you just wanted to play and it's the nighttime, I'd take the 9 points with North Texas and see what happens.
The over-under 69.5 points.
It's going to be fun.
Shit.
It's going to be a fun game.
That high. No, these two, the USC game and North Texas game, they're both over-under. Well, the over-under for the USC game, 67.5, 69.5. Jesus. North Texas puts up some points, huh?
Yes. They play. It'll be a fun game. It'll be fun. I like the 9 with North, but I'm not going to – it's not one of my picks. Do you have anything for tonight? Tonight's games? Who do you like tonight?
I like USC -3 tonight.
Yeah.
1 second, dog's barking over
here. No problem. USC?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I just feel like
when you're in.
Right. They have so much to play for. Yeah. And Utah really doesn't.
I wish the line was 2.5. I'd love to see it drop to that half point.
I would love it too. Yeah.
What's that, tonight's game?
Yeah, the USC game.
Yeah.
I got it at 2.5.
You got then beautiful.
On
FanDuel, if you got it at 2.5, take it now.
I like that.
What's that? USC?
I like USC.
Take it now.
-2.5.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I think on draft,
you're making me spend my money, Robin.
Robin, yeah.
It's
all good. I'm going to do it right now while we're talking. I'm not going to put a lot on it, but I'll bet it.
I think on DraftKings, if you're with them, there is some kind of a thing tonight with this USC game where it's one of those
no sweats.
Yeah, type deal.
Bets.
So now tomorrow at 12 o'clock, Kansas State at TCU. That's the next big one because that's winning you're in for TCU. TCU's -2.5 that we have over under 6.5, 61.5. I don't have any thoughts on this one, really. I would think, my God, TCU, this is a win. This is even bigger than USC to me for a team like TCU to get in.
Okay, can I ask a question before we move too far on?
Yeah.
Utah, USC.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to parlay this. What are we looking at with the over-under? 67.5. You think it's going to be? You think it's going to be a barn burner or?
Everything says it should. Yeah, Scott.
How are the defenses?
They're good. I mean, you got good defense, but the offense for USC. Well, you'll see tonight with Caleb Williams and all that.
I'm going to watch the game.
I would go if I'm going to do it. I'm going over.
I would go.
Let's see what happens. I'm going to put I'll throw a $10 parlay on it.
I feel like it goes over.
I do too.
I love this game. I
don't win too much, but you know what?
Get some action on it.
Okay. Yeah. So there we go. I got you. We're going to root for USC -2.5 and over 67.5, baby.
Yeah, I love it at 2.5.
Me too.
Awesome.
Big 12 tomorrow. K-State number 10 against number 3 TCU. It's at TCU, I guess, or is it a neutral field? Probably neutral field.
Why would it be a neutral field? Oh yeah.
No, I believe it's
games.
It's at TCU.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Because a lot of them are, like.
These games aren't home games for certain teams, the better team or anything like that. It's not like that.
Certain conferences are like that, but like I believe the SEC championship and the Big Ten championship is in Indiana. It's where the Colts play. It's at the Lucas Oil or whatever.
Yeah, maybe not.
SEC is the same way. Well, either way, TCU, it's winter you're in, guys, and they're only -2.5. So why would I? You know what I mean? I mean, but Kansas State, as I said, Deuce Vaughn ran all over TCU in October. So I don't like it.
I don't like it, but if I had to bet it, I would go with Kansas State.
Would you?
Yeah.
Maybe I would. I'd like that line to be like 4.
Yeah.
I feel much
Kansas
better.
State's ranked like what? So Kansas State's ranked 13th.
They're ranked 10 in the
playoff thing, right?
In the playoff thing.
What's TCU ranked?
TCU is number 3. They're in the playoff.
You like Kansas State, huh?
Yeah,
she does. But that means to win the game, pretty much at 2.5.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I got him at 1.5 over here.
1.5. Wow,
so people are betting them.
Went down. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
why so? How could the team?
I think it's Deuce. I think the fact that he ran on them in October. I think the fact that they just
are they susceptible to get ran on easily. I mean, are they a defense that lets big runs up?
They're a team that scores a lot. TCU. That's a real good question on that defense, Robin. Do you have any? I don't know. I know that Deuce killed them though. They should have won the game. Is right. The other thing. Like Kansas State had the game won, and I don't know. I mean, 2.5.
Is that Deuce? Is he that good?
Yeah, He's awfully good. He's not in the Heisman candidacy though.
No,
but yeah,
should he have been getting a sniff or what?
I think so.
Yeah. Now you guys get me going. Shit.
But
you guys get me fired up on this stuff.
So 2.5 or 1.5. We'll see what it is by tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, I got 1.5 on FanDuel.
The next one for tomorrow at 4. There's a couple 4:00 games. The big one is LSU number 14 against number 1 Georgia. Georgia is minus 17.5. The over/under is only 51.
That's a lot of points, man.
That seems like a lot of points. I'd probably, if I'm betting it, going to go LSU. And I don't think they're going to win. Just to not.
They'll probably cover.
Just lose like 35. What? Maybe they lose 30. I hate to see 35-17, but that don't cover. But you get my point.
35-21.
35-20. Yeah.
You think it'll be that close? So like it'll be within like 10-point loss.
LSU's good. I mean, LSU beat Alabama this year. So
what was their? Yeah, but what was their most recent games like?
Alabama, LSU. Robin, what do you got over there? Who did they play last week? They beat Texas A&M, right?
Right. Yes.
And what was the score?
Texas A&M's no slouch, right?
They're all right. Not the same. Let me see this. Let me see your sheet here. Yeah, you do. The LSU 130. Well, they won by a. What the hell do you got written down here? What is this? Get out of here. This is like
would you get all crazy?
Yeah, I think there's. You know what goes on.
Did you get Einstein's theory out on a tablet over there?
What is it? I'm not laughing at you. I just don't know what I'm reading.
This is like Clemson's 2 losses were to South Carolina and Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So what is? So we don't have LSU's.
Right, because I only did the top 10.
Top 10.
Oh,
right.
okay.
LSU is in 14. Right. All right. So Georgia, there you go. Minus 17.5.
I'll have to do a little digging. I'm going to think about that one.
Yeah, dig on that one too. There is another game. The American Athletic Conference, number 22 UCF at 9-3 are taking on number 18 Tulane, 10-2 at 4:00. Tulane's minus 3.5. Over/under is 57, and I lean towards Tulane, but I wouldn't try to do it. I'm not betting the LSU game either. I don't like that game.
No,
I don't like. Maybe you must like the same games I do.
The 17.5, you don't like it, huh?
I do, but why do I feel 35-17 hitting me? And then I'm upset.
Because that's what happens to us the majority of the time.
I know.
I mean, like I said, if you grab any of my parlays and you bet if you took a couple bets and put them out there, just bet like 2 teams opposite, you probably win every week.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm losing so bad. I can't, dude, I couldn't catch a cold.
The podcast is
on a frozen pond butt ass naked right now. I mean, I am so horrible this year. But like I said, and I know I said it earlier in the year, it's everybody, man. It's not just us.
No, I agree.
You know
Some people are getting lucky, but this season's been so bizarre.
It's weird.
Well, I think what it is the teams that you expected to be good aren't good.
Yeah. Well, and the big lines, they can't cover big numbers.
These big lines can't be covered.
All right, Scott just had to run out for a second, but we can move on to the ACC game. That's number 9 Clemson at 10-2, taking on number 23 North Carolina, 9-3. Clemson that we have here is minus 7.5. The over/under 63. I do like this game. I do like North Carolina plus 7.5. Okay. I don't. The quarterback, I can't say his name for Clemson. It's Igaluga. I can't say it. There's a lot of vowels and.
Ugalele.
Ugalele. I think he's not good.
Just call him Lele.
Yeah, Lele. That's a good one. And I really like North Carolina plus the 7.5 tomorrow. I don't know if they'll win, but I think.
I keep hearing you dropping Clemson's name. Is that like your second team or something?
Yeah, you like Clemson?
No. I just happen to think that they're in the conversation.
Well, because if they win the ACC,
so do you think that they would have a then?
My whole thing is, and I don't necessarily think this, but I think there's an argument out there that the committee puts a lot of weight on conference championships, and if they win, they'll be the ACC champion, where Ohio State and Alabama won't have won their conferences.
I got
so
you.
Does Clemson get in because they're a conference champion?
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, here
so
we go.
Then shouldn't they being ranked at 10? Well, I have them ranked at 10 and UNC at 24. John, you think UNC is going to run away with it?
No. I think it's too many points. I just like the 7.
They will just keep it. They'll lose, but keep it close. Okay.
Yeah, they'll probably lose and keep it close. I just can't imagine.
You should mention if we like a team that's not fit, like an underdog.
Right.
Definitely make sure we mention if we want them on the money line or not.
Hey, Chris, Notre Dame doesn't play anymore, buddy. Their season's done. They are home waiting to see what bowl game they'll play in New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or wherever the hell they're playing. But Notre Dame's season's done, just like Ohio State and Alabama. Because they have no conference either, so Notre Dame can never play a conference championship.
What do you mean they have no conference?
Notre Dame is an independent where they have never been in a conference. They have no conference. They pick and choose their own schedule. Now I will say they usually have a.
How is that even a thing?
Yeah. But that was a thing. Penn State used to be that way. Mm-hmm. Those are the two.
Who allows them to do it? Is it? Have they always just done it that way?
Yeah, the NCAA is Notre Dame's always been.
Why would you allow a team to pick who they play? That's unbelievable.
Now they do. I will give them credit. They usually have a tough schedule.
Yeah,
really? They generally will.
So they purposely people can't call them out on it.
That's the thing. They have to, right? Because how could they get by if they just?
That kind of actually sucks. That's actually pretty worse.
It is worse for them.
All the big teams, other than their conference,
they pick their play. Yeah, they
select who they play.
But think about it. They have to select 12. Notre Dame have to take 12 teams, and they got to make sure they have ones that are worthy.
Yeah.
Like they lost to USC this week, right? At the last game of the season. And was it close? Do you have that written down? USC?
Yes, I do.
What was the score of that game?
No, I don't have that.
Okay, well, USC beat Notre Dame last week. So all I'm saying is Notre Dame, Chris brought it up, you're right, Scott. I think not being in a conference hurts them. Because
you have to prove to everybody that you're not going to give yourself an easy schedule. But why would they even allow a team to do that? I just don't get it. But
I wish they'd force them in. And now the next one, the last one of the night, 8 p.m. tomorrow, Big Ten. The 8-4 Purdue Boilermakers in Indianapolis. Number 2, Michigan. Michigan's -17. The over/under is 52.
I got them at 16.5.
Okay, 16.5. Cool. I'm gonna go. I like Michigan. They're gonna kill them.
Bury them.
They kill this team. They're gonna run all of this. This is gonna be Donovan Edwards is the running back who took over for Blake Corum, and Purdue's got the worst. They're in the bottom 15 in the nation in rush defense. I mean, I just don't see how this works for them, for Purdue.
Oh, that's going to be bad.
I think they're going to lose by a lot. I think it could be 48-10, like a beating, just an absolute beating. Now, Purdue's kind of at home, right? Because they're in Indiana, I guess. It's kind of
right, yeah.
But it don't matter. It doesn't matter where they are. They could play anywhere. And I don't even like Michigan that much. Honestly, I think they're going to get. I think they could very well get beat in the first round of the playoffs, but in Purdue's not good.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
Slice that 16.5 should be what, 25, 20?
I'm saying the line should be 24. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I think this is light. After what they just did to Ohio State.
Yeah, but will Purdue put up any points, do you think? The over-under is 51.5. That must be why it's so low.
Yeah, I think Purdue would have to hit. I think
that's probably one of the lowest over-unders on here, I think.
Michigan will have to hit that themselves, type of thing, I feel like. I think it could be they may not score. I don't know. I forget anybody that's hoping that Michigan loses, forget it. They're not losing this one. There's no way. They're going to beat the hell out of it.
There's no Cinderella story to be had over there in Purdue.
Jim Harbaugh, as much as I don't like him, their team's I mean, he got beat by Ohio State a lot, but since last year, now he's beating Ohio State again. They're not going to fall off. They may lose to Georgia or someone in that play, but they're not losing this. There's no way. And now we're talking about covering. I think they kill them. I think they put a message. They're a team that's sending. I don't know. They got that chip on their shoulder type thing.
Why?
Because Harbaugh's a lunatic, and because
he's completely mad. That dude is such a madman. He's such. If people only dug in and saw the other off the field when he talks, he is a weird dude, man.
Yeah, he's insane. Yeah,
I'm surprised he can actually coach as well as he does, as weird as he is.
I still think he's a better NFL coach than. I still can't believe he didn't go back to the NFL. That's got to happen soon.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Khaki.
Yeah. Who do you like then in college?
My only college pick is USC -3.
Okay, and we're gonna go to commercial. Mine is Michigan -17 and North Carolina +7.5. When we come back,
Michigan train too. I'm betting it tonight.
Yeah, I hate them liking Ohio State. Freaking kill somebody. But all right, we're gonna take a commercial because when we come back, it's NFL time, and we got a lot to talk about. So we'll be back in about two minutes.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Welcome back to Spitballin' Podcast. I'm your host, John. Scott is there. Nice Christmas tree. He's coming back. Robin is over here on the side. Real quick, last night, we'll mention. No, it's all right. We'll mention it. The Buffalo Bills win 24-7. The game was never, ever in doubt. The only time that there could have been doubt was the fumble by Allen if the Patriots would have scored.
Right.
Momentum could shift, but I didn't feel that.
No, that team they're just inept. And I don't know why, and I agree with why is it Mac Jones when he yells at them, throw the ball down the field.
He said everybody thought he said the run. He said the what was it that he said again?
I can't. He said I can't say effing. I think he said something about throwing the.
He said throw the fucking ball.
Right.
The quick pass is what he was saying.
He said that. Yeah.
They thought he was talking about the running game sucked or something. That's the way he said it. Reading his lips, people thought he meant something else. But yeah, they found out because he let everyone.
He said it. Yeah, he clarified.
I said it at the beginning of the season that I think that the game has moved past Belichick. I just think it's passed him by. I think
totally.
He's got defensive guys calling offense.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening.
Robin, I agree 100%. I think Belichick loves Belichick so much.
Yeah.
He can't get out of his own head. I think his arrogance, don't get me wrong, the guy's been a phenomenal defensive coach for years. Right.
And that's the thing. Like, I give him credit for that. I'm not one of those people that think that he's only what he is because of Tom Brady. But to be honest, he mostly is. But he's done good things. He's made good coaching decisions.
McDaniel's a terrible head coach. We know that. Yeah. But you need
coordinator.
You need him back.
Right.
Yeah, they need him back, dude.
Right.
But I think, let me see what you guys think of this. Then we got to get off of the Patriots because they're whatever.
Can I wallow in their misery for just 2 more seconds?
Yeah. Oh, sure, you can.
Any other press? Okay, I will say this, just real quick on the Bills. Josh looked a lot better. I think his arm's a lot healthier, right? It was the first game that he threw any balls around pregame. He hasn't done that in like 3 weeks. So I think he's getting back to where he was. And I think Buffalo looks like they're shoring up that whole run game. I think that's starting to come around. James Cook got the majority of the carries last night, which I like Singletary. He's a good straight ahead runner. Cook is where it's at, man.
Scott, if I said this last year, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or right, because you've watched more of those games. But if they do what they did yesterday, they're difficult. When you rush for over 100 yards, and
dude,
you know what I mean, and run the ball,
you got that two-headed monster just right. It's hard to get that.
Yeah, take some time off the clock.
I think we as fans of the Bills, and it's just the way Brandon Beane works, and I'm not just Brandon Beane, but I mean like Sean McDermott. It's just how they work, dude. They're so patient that we can't handle it. The whole Cook situation took a little while to work itself out because we don't know if it got into his head or whatever. And now they slowly are bringing him along. They seem to do that with people, and it works. Like Von Miller, I guess, wanted to play. And they were like, dude, no, you're on IR, man. We need you later.
January, you need him.
I think Buffalo, I mean, they may not have all the talent like some of the other teams have, but they're run so well as an organization and how they do things that I think that's more of an attribute to why they have so much success. I'm going to say something about the Bills. If they continue to run, they are very difficult. They are more difficult to beat when they turn and hand it off and these guys get 4 or 5 yards of carry. Because it helps their defense, which I think needs a little. Sometimes I think that defense needs a little time off the field, give them a break. John, they had everybody in there last night. Everybody carried the ball. They had Nyheim Hines back there.
That's good. That's what they should
had
do.
Cook back there. I mean, dude, could you imagine having split back Nyheim Hines and Cook back there? I mean, that's what I mean exactly. How do you cover like that? It's like, you know.
Now, the last thing on the Patriots before we move on, I think their problem is they should get rid of Judon. They should start shredding that team apart and build back up.
He's still a good player.
Because they need to be bad for a little bit again. Everyone has to be bad and then they become good again. And you can't do that with Belichick, obviously, so you'd have to get rid of him.
Patriots have had to be bad with Belichick.
He's got to go. Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go.
I would imagine.
He's got to go or else they can never be good again. Which, in my mind, because they never will ever have that thing where they go up.
Dude, he is literally like everything there, right? He's the general manager for the most part.
Yeah.
Isn't he involved in that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah. That's his team.
And then he's the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator. I mean, he thinks he can do everything, dude, and he can't. I think he's just such an arrogant guy.
I think so.
And I mean, I know a lot of those guys are, but he just thinks, I think people have crowned that dude so much. I think he truly believes he's the greatest coach that's ever played. That's coached.
Him and Brady both have done one thing. Although Brady won his title, which
Brady proved his point.
But I'm saying both of them are staying too long. They should have already both just went away and be the greats that they were.
People not like them. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Even more. You know what I'm saying?
The whole Tom Brady, every time that whole thing come back and forth, and he's on the news all the time, and people get not news for good shit. You know what I mean? It's all off the field, so people get sick of hearing and seeing their names, and then people start to hate on him. Like Brady, I think not a lot, but some people have soured on him.
Yeah. Now, what we're going to do here is, Scott, is we're going to start going around the NFL. Robin, we kind of going to do something different. You know, she has her questions. She has a question for every game for us.
Okay.
So
awesome. Cool.
During the game, right? You got a question. All right, so let's start. 1:00. It's why I have
let me bring up my line so I can see them here.
Here is the game. Reason why I got my Bears stuff on. I hate Green Bay. It's Green Bay at the Bears. Green Bay's what I have on this end is -3.5, over under 44.5. Rodgers expects to play. Fields, I think, is going to play.
Yeah.
Okay, can we stop there for 1 second because you're a Bears guy, and I don't mean to spend a lot of time on this, but I'd like to for this particular game because I'm serious. I'm seriously interested in this because I'm thinking about betting this one. What is the deal with Justin Fields, man? How hurt is he? Because they're acting like he's not going to be able to throw, but what's he just going to do? Go in there and run all the time? Because his shoulder's all jacked up, isn't it?
The non-throwing shoulder.
I mean, is it like a hit away from the dude being knocked out in like the first quarter or something like that? That's what
I think that all I've heard is that they can't do any more damage to it, type of thing.
It's just like a pain tolerance.
It's tolerance.
Well, it's Josh Allen. He couldn't do any more damage by playing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, and he wants in, and
what is his diagnosis? Sprained shoulder, or is it?
Oh no, it's more than that. It's there's some ligament damage. There's
he's got tears in there.
Yeah, no, there's ligament damage and stuff like that. I guess over the off season he'll heal. But
dude, I love that. I mean, I'm sorry, I love that when a quarterback probably shouldn't, but
yeah, so he's in.
That's what I was curious about. Because I heard them saying, "Oh, they'll just have him run all the time," and I'm like, his shoulder's all jacked up. Is he even going to play the whole game? Because honestly, I like him over Green Bay this week. I think Green Bay's gonna finally relinquish that little Aaron Rodgers owning you title.
I kind of think if Fields plays, man, they're that 3.5. I like the Bears, but I'm going to say that just so everyone knows, Darnell Mooney is on IR. He's done for the year. Sadly, Eddie Jackson is done for the year. They're safety.
What happened to Mooney?
What's the injury? Oh, geez. Was it last week? That was last week against the Jets. Eddie Jackson, too, got knocked out for the year against the Jets also.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I feel but he is good, too. It's too bad. But I don't know. Last week, if Fields plays, I think that game is close against the Jets. I don't know if they win, but it was even close there for a short time with Simeon at quarterback. I mean, there was a moment where they were beating the Jets for a little bit, but, they wore down. So what's your question on this one?
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers is playing this week. What do you guys think of the situation between him and Jordan Love?
My answer to this is I think Aaron Rodgers knows it's coming to an end. I truly do. He made some kind of there was a comment out there that I don't know if it was real, fake, or what. There seems to be this reservation that it's possibly time, that it's going to happen.
He said it on McAfee.
Did he say it? That it's coming?
He said, I don't know. He goes, it just depends on how I feel. I don't know. He asked about that, because the one guy, Ty, on the show was a fan of Green Bay, loves them. So he asks him that question. He asked him that question. I'm going to say, honestly, my opinion, it could be 50-50, man. He might do it for two reasons. He may do it because he's hurting and he's just kind of done.
Right.
He may also be doing it because he may feel bad for Jordan Love in his situation.
Yeah.
Where they're going to have to take up that 5th-year option or what? Risk losing him?
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers. Put Aaron Rodgers in San Francisco next year, and I think.
Oh my God, dude! Could you even imagine that? He would go to California, dude.
Oh, with the Jets.
The Jets would work.
Totally do that. Who, the Jets?
Jets would work. Sure.
I don't think he'd go to the Jets. I think he'd go to the California team, though.
San Francisco would be perfect. It seems to be.
Jimmy G's done at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, or maybe the Rams. I mean, because they're talking about Stafford retiring.
Yeah.
So
that guy's had a lot of concussions, man. I hate to see a guy. I don't want to see that dude water-headed at.
Yeah.
Stafford cleared.
He's not playing this week.
No, Stafford cleared the concussion protocol, but they're holding him out, I think, because of his neck.
Yeah, he's bad off.
Yeah.
That guy's broken, I think, like everything in his body from when he was in Detroit. He's had a lot of injuries, man. Big injuries, too, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. He's been very. It's kind of sad. I agree with you. I don't want to see him turn into.
I'm actually glad he won a Super Bowl at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
You can't walk in 5 years. It's all good, but still,
All right. Next one, 1:00. Steelers 4-7 at the 5-7 Falcons. The line we have is Atlanta -1. Over under 42.5. Well, let's have your question on the game first, and then we'll discuss that part of it.
Okay. So the top 2 quarterbacks that were drafted this year, Kenny Pickett has 3 touchdown passes in his 7 NFL starts in Pittsburgh. Desmond Ridder is the backup and hasn't taken a snap, even though the Falcons have the 31st ranked passing offense with Mariota. Which one of them do you think is in a better situation?
I like Pickett a lot. I do.
Yeah, I like him too, man. I do. I like Pickett. I think Pittsburgh for sure.
Pittsburgh. I think Rattler could be good, though. There's something about him that he could be a mini Mahomes or something, just a little bit. I think this guy's got something about him. But Rattler, I'd like Ritter. I'm sorry, Ritter. Why am I saying Rattler? That's the other guy.
Yeah,
Ritter.
Is Rattler? Where'd he go?
Rattler's the guy from. I got college in my head. I like him. I like the opportunity that guy might.
Yeah, I saw what he did in the preseason too. He looked good. I thought for sure at some point they were really going to switch over to him from Tannehill because of how he looked in the preseason.
But I do like this. I don't like this game to bet it, but I don't know why. But I think
not Tannehill. I'm Mariota. I'm talking about
Mariota. I think the Steelers are going to win this game.
I do too. I like the Falcons.
Do you like the Falcons?
And I
enough to go with it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I do. I think with Najee Harris probably not playing, I think that makes a big difference. And I think also Atlanta is 4-2 at home. I think that's going to help. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think it's going to be Atlanta. Right. And also they have more to play for.
Oh, sure. They're in the playoff.
Yeah, they're in the playoff.
They're in a division. That's a joke. Right. I wonder how they – whatever.
How about you, John? I like Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I like the Steelers. I do like the Steelers in this game.
You picking them, Scott?
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh, man. I'm actually going to probably bet them too, personally. And usually any of these ones that I pick, I throw them into a parlay that I'm doing. If any of the ones I mention on here, if I say I'm betting it, I'm betting it.
The next game, we got some good games this week. There's a couple. This is one of them. The 7-4 Jets going to the 9-2 Vikings. I'm seeing the game at -3 Minnesota, over under 44.5. I gotta say, for me, this is a game I'm going to go with, and I like the Jets. Okay, I do. I've always liked that team. They're fine. Got to slow down on Mike White, though. They were playing a Bears team that just had nothing happening. My God. When you look at who was playing corner, who was playing safety, it was really tough. You took Eddie Jackson out even. It was just not.
Thank you, dude.
It was a perfect storm, but
I'm glad you said that because I've been hearing Mike White's praises all week, and I'm like, dude.
I like him. Don't get me wrong.
Let's come back to reality. He played a great game. But they're crowning him like he should be the starter now for good over Zach Wilson, and Zach Wilson should be traded. I swear to God.
And I actually picked this game too, but I picked the Jets.
You like the Jets?
Yeah, I do. I think Sauce is finally going to be the answer to Justin Jefferson.
I do like the Jets defense. I think
Adam Thielen is not healthy. Like that dude's been not healthy all year.
His career's
coming. I think that this might be his last year.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now
his numbers have decreased so much.
Zonovan Knight will be running for the Jets this week. He looked good against the Bears, but again, and I hate to say the Bears are my team, but that was depleted beyond the fact that they're not. Jack Sanborn's all they have right now.
Right.
I mean, along with maybe guys play well. I like Morrow, but really that was a bad team.
Yeah.
With a bad quarterback, they were just ripe to be the shit kicked out. I mean,
I got you.
What's your question on this game, real quick?
Can Kirk Cousins still get into MVP contention?
I don't know. I'm gonna.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't think he's done enough.
He's dynamic enough.
Justin Jefferson's done more.
Yeah, he's more the MVP, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
From Minnesota.
Because there's catches that guy's made that was all should a lot of them. There's quite a few that have been incompletions. Easy. It should have been really.
Let's move on to the next game here. The Jacksonville this game is sad. Yeah. Travis Etienne is playing this week. Jaguars 4-7 at the 4-7 Lions. Jacksonville, we have a -1 over under 51. I'm sure it'll be -1 either way, maybe or something. Let me make one statement real quick. The Lions, I think, are better than the Patriots. I think the Lions are in a better spot than the Patriots right now.
For sure. Because their quarterback's not that bad.
And the Lions are big. They're close.
Dude, they're not that bad.
No, they're not. They're close. They're if they do the right thing,
they find ways to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Is what they do. They don't get blown out all the time. They should have beat the Bills.
This team should be 6-5 probably or something. Yeah.
I agree.
Robin, do you have any? Oh, your question. Why don't we take the question on this one?
Okay. Trevor Lawrence was part of the 2021 quarterback draft. The other quarterbacks, in case anybody out there doesn't know, were Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and Davis Mills. Do you think that Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback of the draft?
I think here I'm going to give you this one. I think Trevor Lawrence is a step ahead of Justin Fields just because of what happened last year for Fields. Like I feel like this is so crazy because of what happened with Matt Nagy. I feel like this is Fields' rookie year.
Yeah,
I feel like this is what we should have saw last year. They should have, and they didn't do it. So in my mind, I'd have to put Lawrence probably ahead of him right now, but I think Fields is going to be better. I do. I think Fields, but although you know what, I shouldn't disrespect Lawrence. He's got a good arm. He runs the ball. He's got everything you want. What do you think, Scott?
He pretty much had the same situation that Justin Fields had, right?
Yeah.
Shitty head coach. His coach quit on him. He lost his coach after what? Like,
Urban Meyer was
how many weeks into the season? Think about that, guys. It's for me, it's Trevor Lawrence's rookie season too.
That's true. Good point.
I can't even say. I'd say both of them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I give the edge to Justin Fields because of his amazing running ability.
Anybody like this game? At all? Not to.
If I was going to take it, I would take the Lions, but
yeah, same here.
But I don't like it enough to bet it.
We got another good one. This is a good game. The Tennessee Titans of 7-4 at the Eagles 10-1.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 seems a little high for a team that has a hard time stopping the run.
I think the bookies know what's going on here, man. I think Philly's going to get beat.
I do, yeah, because the Eagles can't stop the run. They have
They're not the electric, crazy circus that they were at the beginning of the season.
No,
everybody's coming back to reality now, like the Bills did. Philly is. They got beat. Philly's ready to get beat again.
I did not play the game, but why don't we go with your question? I keep forgetting your question.
Are the Titans legitimate Super Bowl contenders?
Super Bowl? Well, I think they're playoff for sure.
What's their defense ranked?
Curious question about their defense.
Well, the only reason I say that is I know Tannehill's so hit and miss that obviously they depend 100% on Derrick Henry for the most part. Not 100%, but I'd say about 80%. So if their defense is like, I haven't really paid that much attention to Tennessee, but if their defense is like top 10, I'd say yeah, absolutely.
I also think that they kind of wonder why they couldn't have kept A.J. Brown, you know?
Yeah.
They could have. I mean, this team isn't bad.
This is his revenge game.
Yeah, his revenge game. This is going to be a good one.
Maybe he just saw that Tannehill, that he didn't want to be on a team. Well,
I go in the other direction. I like the Eagles to cover.
You like the Eagles to cover this game?
I do.
Yeah. If I played it would be Tennessee, but I did not. This is not one of my ones.
This isn't one of my ones either, but if I like Tennessee myself.
So you are gonna
play. Yeah,
you're gonna play it. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next game, which is this.
I already know what game we're gonna see. Yeah.
At the 9-1 Texans, we see Cleveland -7. Deshaun Watson goes back to where he came from. 47, the over/under. I don't know if the Browns should be. You know what? I'm not playing it. Go ahead, pick your.
I am.
Are you? Give me.
Oh, dude, I am all over it.
Give me your question.
What do you think of Deshaun Watson's return to the NFL?
I don't know what's going to happen. I can't even imagine how he plays after this 2 years.
I think it's a travesty the fact that the guy's even playing.
Yeah,
but I can't do nothing about that because he is. I think he's going to beat the living hell out of Houston. Houston is.
They are bad.
Terrible.
They are terrible.
Terrible. They are terrible, dude.
Yeah, they're the bad.
I was looking out for Dougie Mills there at the beginning of the season. I remember preseason, I said, hey, man, old Dougie Mills there, boy, he's going to be.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Mills. I don't think it's going to happen, buddy.
Surprisingly, because I picked an under last week and I was right. Once again, I have an under that I like.
Under 47.
I like the under 47.
I can see that. Yeah, you know what? That's actually something I might parlay because that's rare. Deshaun's probably not coming out looking like.
No, he's not going to.
He's not going to get 47.
He's not ripping 300 3 TDs. Yeah. No way.
No
way.
He's going to run a lot. Watch him run. I don't know. I have a feeling.
Somebody's going to kill him if he runs.
Nick Chubb.
I hope they do.
I think they're going to use Nick Chubb all day.
I hope they kill him. Beat the hell out of him. It'll be so funny. And that Houston crowd, they should be so angry.
Dude, he takes a helmet to helmet.
Everyone should be angry in this game. The whole place should be angry.
You know that I read that the team was so excited about Deshaun Watson's return.
They're lunatics over there.
Yeah.
They don't care. They love it all in Cleveland. They don't mind.
The owners knew. Just give us some time. They'll get used to it. They're not here. They haven't heard his name in the news for months.
Hey, he's being good.
No one's talking. Well, sure, yeah, because he was doing that before too. He was doing the quiet or the rub and tugs, or he thought at least that's, or so he thought.
Pig.
By the way, a minute ago, I did not mean for any NFL player to go in head first, and I was joking about him helmet to helmet.
I just hope there's a lot of anger.
I could see somebody doing it. Just saying.
The crowd should be very angry. Everyone should be angry. The next game's a good one. I like it, and I'm playing this one. Washington 7-5 at the 7-4 Giants. Washington's -2.5 on this end. Maybe it's lower, high. I don't know. I can't imagine it going higher. Over under's 40.5. It seems like everyone's playing. And what do you got? Let's get your question first before we think about betting this game. What's your question?
Okay. Odell visited the Giants yesterday. He's going to visit the Bills today and the Cowboys on Monday. I have a two-part question. Do the Giants have a shot at him, and does he make a difference?
Here's what I say. No way. He's going to Buffalo or Dallas. It's one or the other.
Von Miller already announced that it was between Buffalo and Dallas.
It has to be.
Literally, he said it before he even went to the Giants.
Why would he? I don't even know why he's going there, because really, they're not ready to do anything. They're not.
Did you see Brian Daboll's when he got questioned about it?
What did he say?
He said, we had a nice dinner. That's it. That's all I have to say on it. There's nothing more. So unless you got a question about the game, I got nothing to talk about.
Here was the perfect analogy, though. You want to play with Josh Allen or Dak Prescott, or do you want to play with Jones?
Right.
I mean, you're going to pick the other two.
John, question.
Yeah.
Given that choice.
Well, you go with Allen. Right.
I hope so. I hope they got the money. We need him, dude. We can really use him.
Do you think he's a difference maker, Scott?
He's a first down machine.
Not only a difference maker, Buffalo needs someone like him. They just don't have a good second wideout. Gabe Davis, God bless his soul, I like him. But I've watched it over the past how many weeks. He's not dependable. He drops a lot of balls.
Think about what happened with the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, and they needed someone else, and that guy just got first downs.
Yeah.
He was a first down machine.
My only concern is the
knee.
Injury.
Oh, no doubt. Two injuries.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the risk you're taking with him.
He may not make it out of this. I don't know, but
I'm sure the contract's going to be laid out in a way where, I mean, he's got to have some understanding in that department, I would imagine.
This game, guys, I do like Washington to win this game.
I do as well.
I kind of like them a lot.
I like
Heineke, man. I'm not a Washington fan, but I do like Heineke, dude.
I do too. And I don't think the Giants have a real – I don't know. Things have kind of slowed down there.
I think they're not running Daniel Jones anymore.
I know. It's weird what's happening.
What was that all about? Dude, that was like working beautifully.
I feel like their identity's gone or something.
I wonder if he's hurt.
Could be. You never know.
Take a hit or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just hiding something, but it doesn't make sense.
Chase Young is
finally
finally practicing very well. Make its return.
But I will say that I cannot believe I said this last week. The Washington team is somewhat exciting to watch, and I haven't said that. I never said that in my life, because even when they were good in the '80s, they were boring.
Heineke's fun, dude.
Yeah,
he rips it around there. He's fun. Yeah, he's great. That's why I like him. He's fun to watch.
I like Washington.
I like Washington this week. Let's go to this next one. Jesus. The Broncos are 3-8 at the 7-4 Ravens. The over-under is only 39.5. Is this line 9.5?
Yeah.
I like the Broncos already. You know what? I don't care. Give me the Broncos plus 9.5. I don't think they'll cover. Okay. I'll go with the Broncos. The Broncos plus 9.5. I'm gonna go with. I think on this one. If that's
I gotta find this one.
The Broncos against the Ravens, and we have the Broncos plus 9.5. And
Broncos are plus 9.5.
I'm going Denver. So
you think they can pull that off? Yeah. Well,
I think he's close.
Yeah.
I know. Playing?
Who's that?
Oh yeah, he's
Jackson's
playing.
Is he playing? I know he's hurt. Right?
He just got done. Did you see his apology? Because he got mad at one of the fans on Twitter.
He told me eat a dick or something.
Yeah.
Very fun. Good for him. I mean,
actually, I like the Broncos plus 9.5. There's no way they're going to lose by that much. Baltimore doesn't even deserve to have that kind of a point spread.
I know they don't. That's
playing. Dude, they're playing terrible teams, and I'm like, why is it only 6-3 at fucking halftime?
It might go under 39.5, but I don't want to. What's your question on this one?
What's changed for Lamar Jackson since he won the MVP in 2019?
You know what's changed in that? For me, and this is going to be, I don't know how to explain it, but I think the love affair with him then is what caused it. The machine of media, ESPN, the whole deal, I said it before, when that moron Bill Polian said what he said about him, it just made the thing different, you know?
Yeah.
He had to show everyone.
He blew it up at that point.
Yeah, that he wasn't a wide receiver playing quarterback, like that idiot Polian said.
Right.
So, I mean, like, I think it was just, that's what I think changed.
And
it isn't anything different.
Coaches now have tape on him after year one. That's all it is. They got tape.
And everyone runs like him now. We got so many guys in the league that move like
they have tape on him. So once you know his tendencies, he's going to have tendencies. Once you've got those down, you can. I mean, look at what they were saying. They also had the issue where I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, where Lamar Jackson was saying that the players on the defense were saying they knew the plays before they even ran them.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
I think part of it for Lamar Jackson too could be that he's playing on a team whose defense isn't as good as it was in 2019.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, because
I think that makes
a lot of change over there in Baltimore for that.
And I think they should change their head coach.
Oh yeah,
I think it's time for a new breath of fresh air.
I doubt he's going to, but
let's get to the 4:00 games, and this is a great one. And I'm going to play this one. The Dolphins at 8.
I'll be right back.
Yep, Dolphins 8-3 at the 7-4 49ers. I see it San Francisco -4. Oh God, I think McCaffrey and Samuel are playing from what I heard on TV.
Yeah.
Everyone's playing pretty much. Maybe I think even Mostert is.
Yeah,
I think everyone's going to be available except for Mitchell, but he hasn't been. So he's out 6 to 8 weeks, whatever it is. So. We have it at -4. Why don't we do this before we pick this game though? Give me and Scott your question.
Yeah, -4 for the Miami. Would you say the Miami game?
Yeah,
I got it 3.5.
3.5. Okay. What do you got, Robin, for your question before we pick this one?
What team is the best fit for Jimmy Garoppolo next year?
Next year? That isn't San Francisco,
right? Or if you think it is San Francisco, him staying in San Francisco.
No. I don't think so. I don't think San Francisco. The Jets could do well with him.
Jets or the Giants?
Yeah, I think either one. I really like the Jets having
strong running games on both sides. Strong good running game as long as comes back. As long as Breece Hall comes back, and that's like a 1.5 year injury Breece Hall had, right?
I think so. Yeah, he tore it up.
So Breece Hall's probably not going to be solid for 2 years.
I love him with a good. He's got a good defense. The Jets' defense is good. They got.
I just mean about the injury in his head and how long it takes those guys to get over that shit. As long as they can get over it, just because I've heard the only person that's ever come back from that and been great was Adrian Peterson.
New York, one of the 2 New York teams. Yeah. I think the Packers would be a good spot for him. Maybe
I don't think that's going to happen.
But it's not going to happen.
Jordan Love. They're going to move to Jordan Love.
They got to. He looked good the other night. Yeah, he actually looked good the other night.
That's why I think that might be pushed.
Yeah, they have to push it. Yeah. Because that kid looked like he's a big kid that can run. He looked good. Yeah. He looked all right. I gotta say, I like the Dolphins getting the points. I don't know why they'd be getting that much, and I think they could keep it close, even if they lose. I mean, geez, give me the half point and lose by 3. I kind of like Miami in this one. How about you guys?
Let's go.
You like 49ers?
I think Miami's going to come back. I think Miami's now going to start going on a run of playing teams that are good. I don't know. 49ers are good, man.
They are good.
I think their defense is the difference over the Miami defense. And I don't think they're going to be able to stop Debo and McCaffrey and
my holdback is Jimmy. My holdback is Jimmy. I don't know. I just think the line is too high. I think
the 49ers
by 3.
I think the 49ers win it in a close game. I'm not betting it, but if I was, I would take the points probably.
All right, let's go to another.
You're right, though, Johnny. He always wins by 3.
The next game is sad. A sad game for the Super Bowl champions. The Seahawks at 6-5. Who would ever thought this? At the Super Bowl champion Rams, who are 3-8. Seattle -7, over-unders 40.5. We know Stafford's not playing. Cooper Kupp's not playing, I assume.
Right.
Aaron Donald is out. Oh my God, everyone's out. I mean, they're begging you to take Seattle. So I guess if it's that easy, take it.
Seattle, and I like the over. The over's 40.5.
Sure. Do you like Seattle?
I wouldn't bet them, but that's who I would.
Yeah, they're begging you to take them.
Right. I mean, and Scott likes the over.
Yes, the over.
I'll take that bet. I'll take that little tease they're giving me to come and take it.
Yeah.
Are you taking Seattle?
No, I'm not, but I will probably on Sunday. Yeah. I'm not right now, but I'm sure as I'm getting. Yeah. All right, at 425.
Oh, let me.
The question. Yes, I'm sorry.
What's the future of the Rams if Matthew Stafford is done?
It's got to be maybe. Well, first of all, they're going to have a top.
They're giving away all their draft picks.
Oh, they don't have. Who did they give their pick to? Do we know? Do they have their first pick? They don't.
First round picks have they? Did they give away everything to go to the Super Bowl like 2 years ago?
I think the Eagles have it.
Oh my God.
I think the Eagles have the Rams pick.
I don't even know if they have a first round. I don't think they. I don't think they do. First round draft pick.
I think it's the Eagles who have it.
But was that this year's?
Yeah, this year. I think so.
Or next year.
I think. Damn it! I don't have my.
That's what I don't know. That's.
I don't believe they have a first round pick this year because when I look when I'm looking, I never see their emblem. When I'm looking to say, hey, the Bears are third overall, I don't see.
Hey, there's a situation where the whole notion of the F those picks.
Yeah, it comes get you
there.
You win your Super Bowl, and they did the Chicago.
What do? You either trade somebody and get some picks back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd have to look into their picks. I'm not sure, but. Whew.
I think it's. I think Aaron Rodgers might be a shot there for them. I don't know why he could go there with Cooper Kupp. That would be nice.
He's gonna entice somebody that's pretty decent to come there and play.
Good coach.
It's a started lineup. I mean, come on.
So why not?
Yeah,
I like Aaron Rodgers maybe, but anyone. Sorry. So let's move on to a really good. Well, why do I say it's a good game? I keep on thinking the Raiders might be good. The 6-5 Chargers against the 4-7 Raiders. I gotta say, I really like how Wachkow's playing. Herbert's playing better for sure. He's playing really well.
Yeah.
And I think they win. I think they beat the Raiders. I like the Chargers today in this one tomorrow.
Whatever, buddy.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I actually like the Raiders.
What the hell? Where are you coming from? Give me
the reason. Watching the same TVs?
I don't know. Give me the reason why you like the Raiders.
Jacobs leads the league in rushing, and the Chargers are terrible against the run. I think Herbert's great, but I think the Raiders defense will slow him down. I think it's going to be a close game, but I like the Raiders.
All right. What's your question?
Oh, yeah. Derek Carr has no guaranteed money on his contract after this season. Does he stay with the Raiders?
I wouldn't want him if I'm the Raiders. No.
I think Derek Carr's going to want to maybe leave. I think the Raiders are going to dump him.
Yeah, I think the Raiders have to go in another direction.
Yeah.
I think it's been too long. I do. And I don't even know where he goes. I can't even imagine where he'd play because I don't know. I mean, maybe he's a lot like Stafford. You put him on a really good team and he could win for you. I mean, I don't have a problem with Carr. I like him. But
yeah,
something
I like him too.
Doesn't work. I mean, could he go play for the Rams and be good? Sure. Maybe he could.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's not the kind of offense that he runs either.
I know.
He's also a little guy, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true. But I like him. His intensity is incredible. The guy's crying on the
field. He's got some grit, dude. That guy, there's A for effort. There ain't no doubt about it. I mean, I felt bad for him crying a couple weeks ago. Couldn't believe he did it, but
yeah.
His frustration boiling over. I get it. He gives everything he can. I mean, shit, I'll bet you most teams didn't even think he'd even be a starter. Just because he's a little bit short.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be tall, but to me, isn't he short? He looks short.
I don't think he's one of those big. Yeah, he might be 6'1". I mean, you know what I mean? Not like
right, but he's like playing behind guys that are 6'5". 6'5".
Yeah.
Right? That's what I mean.
This next game is a great one too because the Chiefs at 9-2 are at the Bengals, who are 7-4. The Chiefs 0-6 versus Cincinnati, haven't won in Cincinnati since 1988, and Mahomes has never lost a game in December. But who cares about that? The fact that they can't beat Cincinnati and the Chiefs just don't beat them. Why don't we get your question first before we move to this game? Because I really can't wait for this game.
Yeah, me too.
Chase is back too.
Do you think Patrick Mahomes is over or underappreciated?
I think he's right where he belongs. I can't even give you. I think he's down the middle. Like, I think he's
Actually, it's good for him that he's down the middle because it's not making people hate him.
I agree with that. I don't think he's overhyped as
over commercialized or anything like that. I think he's look at this. His wife has stayed off of TikTok, and his brother has this year doing the bullshit.
That's nice. Yeah.
He looks like he's gotten his shit in order. I really, really like Patrick Mahomes myself.
He's got a great head coach.
I love watching that guy. I think he's phenomenal, dude. I really like him.
That coaching.
Like I said, I was pissed Buffalo didn't take him, and they gave the draft pick to Kansas City when they traded away to Kansas City. I wanted them to draft Mahomes.
Of course.
It was another one of them situations of the old regime doing the final draft bullshit.
That's the Bears, yeah.
Yeah, they did the same thing in Buffalo. We're going to get him, so we're going to get team set up for somebody.
Yeah. The Chiefs are –
I love Josh Allen, don't get me wrong.
What's the line on the Chiefs game that you have, Scott?
Plus 2.5 Cincy.
I like Kansas City this one. I think they win. I think that they know that they can't beat Cincinnati, and they might beat them this time. I don't think they have to beat them, but I think they might.
I think they have to.
Going to show that they're the most dominant team in the NFL.
That's what well, maybe they'll beat the hell out of them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They have to beat them, but unfortunately, I think they're not going to.
You like the Bengals?
Cincinnati? Yeah, Cincy on the points. I'm taking it, man. Actually, I bet Cincy on the money line. I think Cincy's going to win outright.
On the money line? Okay.
All right, hold on to that. Yeah, put that
Jamar Chase is going to have his coming back party, man. I'm telling you.
Should be a high-scoring affair, you would think. The over-under is
52.5. That's not that high. I'd expect that would be a little bit higher than that, to be honest with you. I'm kind of surprised.
I really like the Chiefs.
I like the over and Cincinnati myself.
Oh, Cincinnati over, too?
Yeah, he likes the over. I do like the Chiefs a lot. That was my favorite game of the week. But we'll see. I mean,
it's going to be a fun one to watch.
I can't wait to see it because I was hoping it was going to be a primetime game. But moving on to primetime games, this is going to be a game.
What are we even talking about?
The Colts at 4-7-1 at Dallas, who's 8-3.
How did they not get flexed?
I know. Dallas is Dallas is minus 10.5 according to this. Over under 44.5. And I'm going to say it right here before we even get your question. I like Indy. I like the 10.5 if I can have it.
I like the over too.
And the over 44.5 he likes.
He likes Indy?
Yep, Indy and the over. Yep. I don't think Indy's that bad, honestly. I
just don't think Dallas is that good.
True. I know. It's weird with them. I sometimes do, then I sometimes don't.
I don't trust Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I guess you just don't trust them. That's the thing.
I didn't take this game, but if I was going to, I would take Indy.
Do you have your question ready?
I do. Can the Cowboys make a Super Bowl run without having the home field advantage that comes with winning the NFC East?
I think the Cowboys, if Dak Prescott could ever do what he's saying, what Scott just said, be consistent. It's all set up. Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott looks good. They got a good offensive line. You got everything you want.
They might have OBJ by Monday.
Right. And then you got a good defense there. They have everything you want.
It doesn't make sense why they lose when they lose.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
And you think they can go and win on the road?
I do because of their running game.
Yeah,
I do because they can run.
They could, but
and they're big. Yeah, right. And they play defense, and they're good. But he's right. It's Prescott who would probably hold them back. Maybe that's where one of these guys like Aaron Rodgers should go. Or
oh my God, dude! Could you see Rodgers in Dallas with all those?
It might be a good landing spot for him.
Jesus Christ, it probably wouldn't happen, but man,
because Jerry Jones the block
Prescott last year?
Yeah, I know. Foolish. Let's go to this this Monday night game, but it's actually got potential. I think there's things on the line here of this garbage. I'm glad the Bears aren't in this division. I'm so happy they're not in this. The Saints are 4-8 at the Buccaneers 5-6. Tampa's minus 3.5 over here.
Same here.
I mean, I know it's Monday night, so everyone's going to want to play it. You like to play the Monday night game.
I don't even want to watch it.
I know. Yeah. I know.
I mean? It's just.
Is there really a feel on this game for you?
I like Tampa.
Yeah, probably. I just hate 3.5. These teams play close all the time.
New Orleans is in that unpredictable team.
I don't know.
You never know what you're going to get from them.
Why they didn't go back to Winston, I don't understand. I don't get why they just kept going with Dalton. I don't get it. That's kind of too bad because I think Winston deserved.
And they have Taysom in there, and he'll come in out of the blue and throw like 3 touchdowns or something like that. You know what I mean? On gadget shit. It's like, dude.
Yeah. So
so strange. Like that's the weird stuff that happens with them because of that guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. All the weird. That's why they could lose Tampa.
Look how bad we are. We really took a beating last week, but we're going to get better this week. It's coming.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, dude, this is probably one of the most unpredictable seasons I've ever seen. And I bet for a long time.
Same here. Yeah, same here.
How do you feel, John? I'm not just copping it out on that.
No.
But hasn't it been just a bizarre year? The way teams have completely flipped.
I'm watching just think about the Bills, the Chiefs, the big teams, the teams that are Super Bowl contenders. They don't cover.
The Dolphins would be this fucking powerhouse.
And the Raiders stink, and the Broncos are horrible, and
the Colts,
yeah. And then
I'm just
and then the Lions covering games left and right. The Lions covering games, and the Giants all of a sudden out of nowhere.
The Lions being the most highest scoring offense for the first 4 weeks of this fucking NFL.
How about the Bears? The Bears couldn't average more than 12 points a game. All of a sudden, after that Dallas game, they're averaging 32 points a game.
Right.
So now they're getting into the mix.
Where you see what I mean? So it's like
weird.
Trying to watch trends and bet on things like that. It's been tough. I haven't had a horrible year. Trends
kind of went off the window this year, I think, because of all this craziness. I don't know.
I think the free agency frenzy that happened screwed up the whole balance.
And it's never going to stop.
In the NFL universe. It hit away. It threw a pebble in the pond. It created that ripple of craziness that's happening.
And it's never going to end. Because do you remember the years where, and I remember it distinctly, nothing really big. Scott Mitchell will sign with the Lions from Miami. That was the big deal. Tillman signs with the Bears. That's it. Now it reminds me of the NHL.
Yeah.
It's just,
dude, I think it's going to be the same way going forward.
Forever.
I think sure. The precedent has been set in so many different areas now. That shit's going to be freight train, man. Watch.
Conspiratorially, I think they know it makes money. It's a great thing.
Keeps eyes on the NFL 24/7. All year round.
It's one of the biggest things for the NHL. Trade deadline's huge for the NHL, what they do on TV and free agency. And that's the only thing that the NFL hasn't capitalized on until now. Now it's them.
Yeah.
So
sure.
What do you got? One last thing for us before we run away?
Does Brady have a playoff run left in him?
No, it's over. You know what? I wanted to keep. I kept saying it for 13 weeks.
I know.
I said it last week. I said it the week before. No. I don't understand Tampa's. I don't know. It's their offensive line. That's the problem. And another guy, Wirfs or whatever, he got carted off. I think he came back. I think it's the offensive line. If the offensive line was good, they had some talent there, but he can't.
I think Brady says his heart's fully in it. I don't think his head is.
I think
too much off-field shit going on for that guy.
And there was a time where I swear I think he must have. What do I know? But there had to be a time where he thought, "Why didn't I just stay home? Why did I even?"
I'm sure of it, dude.
When
he came back from that leave of absence from Tampa Bay and he looked like he lost 20 pounds. Well, now we know why, because the whole FTX shit. He found out about it when he was off. Yeah. He came back, and I was like, "Is this dude going to tell us he's sick with something?" Right. Seriously, when I saw that press conference, that's what I thought it was going to be.
I kind of did too. It's funny you say that. I kind of did too.
So bad.
Yeah, he found out a lot of stuff on that break.
Yeah. He was already thin, and he looked like he didn't eat for 4 days.
And I'm going to say one thing about him that I like. Here's my thing about Brady I like, and it was why I like Derek Jeter a little. I wasn't always thrilled with Derek Jeter's. I always thought he was a little overrated as a player, because there was players that had better stats.
Right.
But these are the two things I like about those two guys, and Brady's one of them. He doesn't do nothing but really play football. He just plays. You don't get much. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't dive. He doesn't dive into politics. He doesn't dive into anything.
Right. It's just football, and that's.
And he came from Michigan.
Clothing line and things like that.
And he came from Michigan, where he was an underdog. And it kind of, when you really sit back and think about it, as much as I never liked him. And I'm not a Bills. I'm a Bears. I never really liked him. But now as he's coming to an end, I kind of do. It's weird. I kind of. I guess maybe I appreciate.
Dude, we probably saw something that odds on it's never going to happen again.
Yeah,
we had a guy and a team that ruled the NFL for like 20 years,
and that team stunk. I mean, Bledsoe was there, and then they got him. They actually, because Bledsoe was going to get hurt, we knew that because he always did. And then all of a sudden, a 7th round pick. Yeah, it's an incredible story. It doesn't happen.
Oh, his life is a movie. There's no doubt about it. But that might happen in like 20 years because people are just so sick of the guy that they wouldn't even go see it.
I know.
But his career will be celebrated, man. He's an anomaly, dude. It'll never happen again. I don't think.
I don't either.
Not the way the NFL's changed so much since he started and now. Like, there was a lot of years, dude, that he had shit receivers. And
yeah. Oh, my God.
He made those players good. Like Deion Branch would go to Seattle and then come back and be a superstar again. You know? Yeah. I'm getting off on a tangent and all that, but you know what I mean? I mean, Brady's a fucking phenomenal. I hate the guy, but he can't dismiss it, dude. Phenomenal talent. He really is.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good way to end this. I mean, I had a question that came. We know, don't we have to answer this question real fast before we go? Sure. It was from the message board, and it was from John, and he was asking us, what do you guys think of teams getting bye weeks this late in the year? I'm not a big fan of it. I think they should be earlier. That's my thought.
And I'm not a big fan of NFL teams getting their bye weeks some of them as early as they do.
I agree. They should be in the middle.
A little shitty when you're getting a bye week at, like, I don't know when they start.
Week 4 or something.
Yeah, that's early, dude. Like, that's so early. It should be set. I don't know. They need to figure that out better. I don't think teams should be getting bye weeks this late.
Remember when no one had byes?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah.
They played. I don't know.
I NFL bargaining agreements.
I don't like the bye week late. I don't. The Bears being off next week is crazy. They're going to play the Packers and have a week off.
Some teams it sets right up for their playoff runs.
It does.
Yeah, perfectly. Exactly. But how do you think you could do it? Like, how could you get all the teams in the middle?
Yeah, it's impossible.
Probably can't.
Yeah.
Because they go too big.
You'd lose too much NFL revenue if you had that many teams off.
Yeah.
They're never. Are you kidding me? They're probably going to space it out even more.
They're going to play on Wednesday soon. Soon, you know where this is going.
Yeah.
I mean, why not Tuesday night football? Why not? They don't care.
Oh, dude, there's going to be Black Friday football next year.
I know, Black Friday football.
To be like all kinds. Seriously, all kinds of shit. We're going to have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day of the week, baby. I'll take it.
Speaking of bye weeks, the Cardinals and the Panthers are both on bye, and they're both 4-8.
Good.
Cardinals need like a month off or a team retreat.
That's what they need.
The quarterback and the coach, those two need to go. They need to go.
There's another team that's got to strip down. Yeah. They got to strip down now.
Cliff Kingsbury's gone. Mark my words. End of season. He's gone.
It's got to end. All right. Why don't we get out of here? I know we went too long. Scott, have a good one.
Hey, man.
Bye, Scott.
You guys too. Good luck, everybody.
We'll see you guys next week. Safe betting, everyone.